has the power.
Hey Hero fans, this is Todd, and today we're going to open this up right here. You're like, what? Didn't you already open one of these? I did, but today we're going to open it and paint, and maybe even customize. As you know, I just opened up this Orko just a short while ago, and I'm going to see if we can mix and match, but more importantly, Gwildor. What else some fun is Gwildor? And so let's, without further ado, let's turn the camera around and let's talk about this. Gwildor. Oh, and Orko too. So, here is the back of the box, and it has some pretty cool stuff. He's got the cosmic key, he has this cool little staff, he has his weird little wind blow things, and it looks like he has a sword in his hand. We'll see if it comes with the sword or not. I really don't remember, but let's go ahead and open this box up. Oh, hold on. Before we get into it, it does say down here, Eternity is a world of magic and technology, but no two beings represent these forces better than spell-wielding Orko and the master inventor Gwildor. The two heroes use their combined talents to upgrade He-Man's power sword for the battle against evil. All right. Cool. It's funny. When you look at these two, see those faces there? We didn't get Orko in the 1987 movie because of the difficulty of trying to make him fly and everything else. They gave us a Gwildor instead. Technically, they are the same character. Technically, they are. Anyway, let's open it up. Let's get it open now. Now, these are characters from the Netflix cartoon series they had on there. Not the animated one, but the other one. Oh, before we do, we got a Cracker Jack prize. Oh. We got some weird looking cape piece. Tail like a kite. And then, wow, it's kind of clearish white. And this one is tape shut instead of being sealed. Let's see what we got in here. We have the cool little wind pieces, which will work great for some spinning guy. Can't think of his name now off the top of my head. Cyclone. Oh, we got the sword. The power sword. The sword of power. And it's got the yellow kind of clear see-through. So if you got a light or something, chink, you can take the light and shine it through. Shine through the power. Let me get this extra lights on. What am I doing having it so dark in here? Oh, hold on. Hold on. I just finished taking a bunch of pictures for Brave Star, and so I had my lights off. And we got a new staff. We got a new cosmic key. No hands, nothing else. So there's our accessories. Winds of Power, cosmic key, staff, and the sword. All right, let's get them out of there. Now we got some other fun stuff too with Orko. We have these giant rings of power. Rings of power. And it reminds me of the Avatar cartoon where Aang is spinning around and he has the different rings for each one of the elements. Just kind of reminds me of those kind of. The rings of Aang. Anguish? No. Now, if we had a third one that wrapped around this way, it'd be perfect, because that'd be so cool. You know what? I think I still have this set from last time I opened it. I could probably take the rings apart and put the third one around the middle, going the other direction. That'd be cool. Even three going right here with a third angle would be cool, too. Either way would be cool. But three, we needed three, Mattel. Three, one way or the other. One way or the other. And they got Orko bound in here pretty good to make sure he doesn't escape. It's so funny. I just gave my granddaughter the 2000X Tila from Origins. And she had fun getting the scissors in there and trying to cut all the things that keep her bound in there. And I thought she would have liked it better because of the ponytail, but she doesn't. She likes the other Tila better. Geben Sie deinem Arm. What the heck? Orko's not going to escape, Mattel. Now, I think it's kind of weird that they call Orko like a mage or whatever, or how they describe him in the back of the box. Because he is not really a very good representation of the magic of Eternia, because he messes up all the time. He is forever getting into trouble, dropping eggs on Duncan's head, all kinds of stuff. He's not the one I would say should be the person who represents magic in Eternia. If anything, it would be the sorceress, but okay, whatever. All right, so now you can put the rings of banishment from Superman right here on the staff, on this holder. I cannot get the rings of banishment to stay on there. What am I doing wrong? I guess they go this way. I was doing it wrong. Stay. Oh well. Let's talk about articulation. First of all, we got a cool stand here, and it rotates. And inside, it also another articulation point right up inside there. And then he has the new white cloak. He's the Orko of Power. The Orko of Power! So I think if I remember right, he finally figured out his magic, I'm guessing. I don't remember totally. It's been so long since I've seen the cartoon. That just snaps on the back to give him that extra long tail. Turn this around. Put that in the back. There we go. And you can see him next to the other Orko. Wow, he's taller too because of the stand. Now, I was thinking about doing some swaps and making a cool custom out of these two and making one, but really there's not much you can do because everything is aesthetically the same in this one. You could swap out the arms, but that's not going to do much because it's not the same arms. They're very close. Why not, Mattel? Why not just use the same arms? Oh, I see why. Because this one attaches at the elbow, and this one attaches at the shoulder. That's funny. So articulation, we got elbow, and we got shoulder. And, of course, his head moves. Head moves a lot. How in the world do they have that attached? I have to know. Okay, it's got a movement here, but then it's got like ultra. You can completely hide his eyes under his scarf. Zoop. I don't want to see it. See, his is not that articulated. No hiding the eyes. His head goes really far back, but not that same far forward. That's funny. Okay, we're done with Orko for now. Now it's on to Gwildor. Now, this Gwildor is kind of cool looking, and I've never really been a fan of Gwildor. I do like the actor who played him, though, in the original movie. But here is the Gwildor we got for Classics, and I don't like him either. They did something weird with his face. Way too much wash on there. His eyes just look freaky, scary, buggy. I mean, if you were a kid and this guy ran up to you, you would freak out. You would not even hang around or do anything. But this guy is kind of cute. He's got the orange nose. Not sure what's going on with that. Must have ate too many carrots or something. But way cooler. So what I did was I mixed the two. Da-da-da! And I made this guy right here. That way he would fit into Classics, but yet have the better head and the better hands. But even though he's got better hand and better hands, they're too clean. And so I went and bought another one so I could put a wash on him. And if I mess it up, then I have an extra head to work with. But let's talk about articulation before I get into that. He has ankle articulation. He's got a knee joint. Wow. He's got upper movement in his legs. His waist turns. There we go. Lots of movement there. And we have shoulder movement, single jointed elbow, it's frozen. His hand moves back and forth, but unfortunately he has a little blue tab on the inside of his wrist. Not that big of a deal. And then his head moves pretty good as well. And I've ripped this guy apart before already once to get his pieces and see what he's made out of. But there we go. And I was going to steal his boots at one time. So I kind of like his boots better than the black boots, but you don't see them much anyway in the figure. So let's get to painting. So before I do, let's go and grab some other Movie Master figures so we can see what they look like normally. Oh, there we go. Now, many of these are customs and mix and matches and everything else, but some are straight up. Like here is Skeletor. He's just the same way he was. But you can see he's kind of got some wash on his skull and some other washes to make him look more like he is in the real world. Here's my Evil-Lyn, and as you know, I put black wash all over her silver to give her that cool chrome look, because before that she had kind of a pearlescent white that just did not work very well. Of course, here's Bilbo Baggins, Gwildor, and I don't know what's going on with his face. That was just awful, awful. Then we have Sarad here, and he's pretty cool, and I did paint his upper thighs green a long, long time ago. Hold your gun, man. And then we have Beast Man, and this is actually a MasterVerse figure. Stand. Lean, there we go. And I did put a wash on him as well, on all of his armor. A black wash to give him more of an aesthetic. So he looks more like he fits in with Classics. And then we have this guy here, Blade. And Blade is a mixture of MasterVerse and Classics to get the best of both worlds. And I've done lots of customizing on him, and he just looks awesome. Way better than Classics, way better than MasterVerse. He just looks phenomenal. Because the MasterVerse one was so good, and the Classics one was okay. And together, they make just a massive, awesome figure. Then we have this guy here. Craig, I think his name is. I don't know. And they have two versions of him, a gold and a blue. I like the blue one better. But his face, what is going on with that face? That's a face only a mother could love. All right, then we have He-Man himself. Now it stinks. We never got Teela or Man-at-Arms. That'd been a really cool thing to get Teela and Man-at-Arms because they're in the movie quite often. But, oh well. He's been sitting in the box crooked for a while, I think, or something. Something's not right with those shoulder pads. There we go. He-Man. And it's kind of fun because they made this He-Man. They made him a little bit taller than all the other Classics figures, which was kind of a fun thing because before that, all the figures were always the same height. So now back to Gwildor. You can see this one does not fit in with the aesthetics of all the rest. His face just is a little bit too orange, and which I'm okay with, but it just needs a little wash in his hair and a little wash on his face. So that's what we're going to do now. All right, so this has to be done right, and there's different ways to do it. Of course, there's always the wrong way. I'm going to start by just trying to do the easy way, and I may have to go back and clean and start over from scratch. We'll see. So I'm going to start with this skin wash right here. Give it a good old shake. And I'm going to stick this all over his face and his ears a little bit. And I don't want a lot. I just want to keep it light. And just so I don't mess up the whole entire figure, I'm going to pull his head off. See if we can get it off there. Here we go. I'll try to add black heat shrink tubing on there. And just so that I don't end up getting it all over my fingers, I'm going to actually put something in here to hold his head. I'll be right back. All right, I've taken his head. I've washed it really good. And I got it on this thing here. Just a ball like that, but smaller. Jammed it on there so I can hang on to it. And now let's get going. All right, let's first get some brown on his face. I want it super light. Just to give him a little bit of texture in there. Oh, that's looking really orange. I am not liking that at all. Nope. Time to wash this off. I'll be right back. All right. I washed it off, and now I'm okay with it. It still has a little bit on there, but not too bad. And now I'm just going to paint the inside of his ears. Yes. It's hard to get in here. Just to give it that look that it's a little bit different than the rest. Now we'll paint the inside of the other ear. There we go. Painting inside the ears just gives it that extra little realism, I think. And now for his hair. I'm trying to decide what to go with. I think black's going to be too dark, but I have to. Because there's nothing else. I don't really have I have a red, but that's going to be weird. Let's just see how this looks. And I may water it down a little bit. Just so that it's not quite so thick. Okay, I got it watered down. The goal was to get in all the crevices of the hair. Just to give it a little bit of wash. I don't want to get too heavy on this because I don't want it to look too weird and unnatural, but just enough to give it that classics kind of look so it doesn't look so toy-like. Just to tone it down just a little bit. This is looking pretty good. Just enough so it's not dramatically different, but just a little different so that it kind of has that a little bit of realism to it, but not too realistic. That's already looking a lot better. See, look at the difference. I know it's hard to tell, but there's a slight difference to it. Just enough to just give it that little bit of edge to it. Someone's going, it looks the same, man. No, it's just slightly different. Just enough to make it look cool. Oh yeah, way better. Way better. All right, now I just need a little bit of blue. You're like, blue? Are you crazy, man? Yes. A little bit of water. Geben Sie. There we go. And there we go. Just ever so slight little bit of blue just to take off some of this orange. Blue is the opposite color of orange, so that's why I'm using it. It should just tone it down just a little bit. Yes. Okay, now it's still very, very wet, but all right, I just finished putting the clear coat on it. I think it looks pretty good. And you can see just an ever so slight difference, just enough so that it looks better than what it did. It's not a lot of difference, which is what I was going for. Just a little bit, just enough to make it look classicized, but yet not stand out where it looks really weird and odd. There we go. And there is the completed figure. Dun, 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 dun. I'm probably going to put some more stuff on it because it's not so shiny, but the paint still is a little wet, so I have to wait till it completely dries. Then I'll put something on it to tone down the shine just a little bit, and that should solve the problem. All right, there's the completed figure. Thanks for joining me. And like they say in the 1987 movie, huh? Good journey. Bye now. I'll see you next video. Bye.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.